What's up, guys? I'm Dr. Donald. This is Dr. Ben. Today we're going to go over 3 exercises we love for sciatica. First and foremost, let me get this out of the way. If you're having like foot drop, like you can't really control your feet, or for some reason your legs are giving out on you, cold sensations down the leg, or you're having some numbness in the genital region, can't control your bladder, go see somebody. Don't be stubborn. Make sure you're cleared for all of this stuff first, okay? We got to get that out of the way. Don't be stubborn. See a practitioner. Make sure you're cleared for all these exercises, which most likely you are, but let's make sure you're cleared, okay? So first things first, let's go over what sciatica is so you kind of have an idea and you're like, what the heck are these guys talking about? Let's go over it.
So sciatica is simply this. It's nerve pain. And it's nerve pain that is described in a lot of different kinds of ways. So let's just talk a little bit about that. I'm going to use this model here to explain it.
It's a nice model.
So do you mind holding this? So I want you to think about this as basically like your spine, and these represent the sciatic nerves that go all the way down your leg. So these sciatic nerves will actually leave your spine and go all the way down into your feet, which is why sciatica can be...
Here, let me wear it.
Yeah, so these would go just like this, down your legs, right here. And sciatica can be painful into your glute, but also could go all the way down into the big toe, and it shows differently in different kinds of people and the different severity of what's going on. Initially, the goal is to get that to be more centralized. You want it to go from your big toe up.
Yeah.
If it's in your glute, you want it to go up. Yeah. And last thing about this is the sciatic nerve, or nerve pain in general, is very, very sensitive to tension, things being pulled on it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you 3 things that you can do that take the concept of removing tension off it.
Or compression.
Or compression.
Yeah.
So a lot of people might be stretching the hamstring. That'd be the first thing that we're going to go away with. Yep. We're going to show you 3 options. And one of these 3 options may be the one that is magic for you. And if you find one of these or the combination of these to be super beneficial, let us know, for one.
And do a lot.
And do them a lot, because you need to break that pain cycle. You need to, when you're feeling these symptoms, have something that you can do physically that acts like a pain reliever.
So real quick before we get started, think of it this way. Compression or tension is disturbing the blood flow of that nerve, and that's what's sending signals to the brain that it's pissed off, right? So we have to restore the blood flow by not tensioning it and not compressing it. That's all we're doing here.
Yep.
Keep it simple.
So let's get started.
Let's do it. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay. So I'll get in the position.
Okay. Perfect. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to talk about the prone press up. And again, remember, these nerves are going all the way down the leg right here. And what we want to do is slacken that tissue. So before we get started, you just want to see, can you get into this position? Yeah. So he's just going to settle into this position, and he's in what I like to call the book reading position, or the browsing your iPhone position. And what you're doing here is you're arched up, but you're keeping all this stuff super, super relaxed. It should wiggle, it should be okay. And what we want to do is just sit here for anywhere from like 15 to 30 seconds to make sure that this is a safe position and comfortable position for you. If that feels really good, we can start adding a pumping mechanism. So you're going to bring your hands into a spot that feels comfortable for your body to press up. So for him, his hands are right here. He's able to press up. He's keeping his hips down. His back is super relaxed, really, really loose. And he's pumping these discs, and we're getting slack in the sciatic nerve. And this is something that we can do to release pain or conditions. And your rep range is going to be on what we call a dosed response. So you need to figure out how much medicine you need to give your body to get the optimal amount of relief. I suggest anywhere between like 15 and 30 reps at a time. And that may give you initially, let's say, like an hour relief. And ideally, you might need to go back that following hour and do it again. But over time, you'll end up doing it less and less.
How do we know that there's progress?
So there's a couple ways to monitor progress. One way is not the complete loss of all pain. Is if you're feeling pain all the way down in the big toe, and then you do this, and now it's only at your hamstring or glute, that is major progress, because the pain is coming up into one area or one point. That's progress. You might feel a little discomfort in this area. However, if we can get that nerve pain to start coming back up, that's major progress. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do is, let's show them the sideline opener.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I got this one. So this next concept is going to help with compression, right? So he showed you in this model the outline of the sciatic nerve, right? So where is it compressed? Oftentimes it's compressed in the spine, right? So I'm gonna bring this guy out and show you guys where these little nerve roots come out. Make sure I get it nice into the camera. Where these little nerve roots come out of the side of the spine, okay? They come together, just like my forearm, as a sciatic nerve, and they go all the way down the leg, okay? So we need to figure out how we can open these holes. So let's go ahead and lay on your side. Let's say you're having sciatica on the left side. His left side is here, the left side goes up, okay? We're gonna stack the shoulders on top of each other. Very important, so there's no rotation of the spine. So I'm gonna get you a headrest. And then go ahead and slide this underneath here. Boom. And that goes right in between the rib cage and the hip bone, right? To open this side up. Okay, so now that he's in this position, I'm gonna show you what that looks like in the model. So he's flexed up, his knees are like to his hips, right? What that does is flexes him. So that opens up that hole, right? And then when we have that pillow underneath his side, it opens up even more. So you see that? So we're just opening up that hole. So this is the first level, okay? And in this position, we're just doing it for time. It takes at least 30 seconds for that nerve to get its blood flow back. And we're just taking easy breaths, letting this open, okay? This feels really good, really easy. You can drop this leg first, let that hang. What that does is it opens up a little bit more. This feels really good, really easy. Level 3, you're gonna let that hang even more. So this is opening up even more. And the last one, we come up motion, that pumping sensation. So it'd be like this, but what you can do is kind of ankle hook yourself. The bottom leg is doing all the motion. This one's just along for the ride, so we don't recruit any muscles here. We want this to be relaxed. If we start recruiting this muscle, it could start getting pissed off, right? So we're just pumping this. Again, we're just trying to open this area. That's the concept, is opening this area. So that's why this pillow or a rolled up towel, super important, right? Nice, easy breath, staying relaxed. So if you're doing it just for time, at least 30 seconds at a time. And if you're doing it for reps, like Dr. Ben said, we like to go like 15 reps. That gives enough pumping of the tissues around it. Sometimes we even go up to like 30, right? But you can put them in sets of 5 or something like that too. Like, be creative with your numbers, but high dose is oftentimes really good, especially if it feels really good. What's the next one?
So one thing I just want to add is when you're getting out of this position, you're going to feel this relief. You want to brace your abdominal area, press up without moving the body as much as possible so you can get up in a really comfortable position. Also, one thing I want to add lastly is by opening that tissue up, we're getting relief. However, if you try to do it on the opposite side and that gave you relief, you can potentially increase your symptoms. So really important, left side pain, left side up.
And then the last one is for those who have the sensation that they really want to stretch, right? We mentioned don't stretch the hamstring because what you're doing is actually putting tension on the sciatic nerve, right? This last one is an option to do if you really want to stretch. I'm going to show you how to get that stretching sensation, but we're really stretching just the hamstring and glutes without putting tension on the sciatic nerve. So let's go ahead and lay your back, Dr. Ben. So what we'll do here is he's going to grab his knee to his chest, okay? And he's actually going to pull towards his chest, right? The one thing that could be uncomfortable if you have like some pinchiness in the hip, and this is if you have sciatica like on this leg, right? So if you have some pinchiness in that hip, one thing that you can do is let's go ahead and just look at your feet. Yep, and it'll be like a little mini crunch with the abs. Now, if this increases your sciatica-like symptoms because you're crunching, then just go ahead and relax, right? And then another thing you can do to get rid of the pinching is just go out a little bit. Once you go out a little bit, it gives the hip joint a little bit more space, and you'll still get the stretching you want back here, that sensation you want back here without pissing off the sciatic nerve. Okay, and then finally, the last one that I like is pulling to the opposite shoulder. Kind of stretches that glute, and I love that stretch, right? So this one, if the original ones were pinchy, I wouldn't recommend this. Again, you can try that mini crunch, but if it increases that sciatic symptoms, back off on it. No big deal. But what I like to do here is hold for 5 seconds at a time, and then let go, and then hold for 5 seconds at a time, and let go, and I repeat that for 5 times. It feels awesome. So that's a way you can stretch back there without putting tension on the sciatic nerve. Anything else you want to add?
No. Let's try to give those a shot, see how they feel.
Yeah.
Again, the key isn't that you do all 3 of them. The goal here is that you find any one of these that can give you relief. And sometimes it's a combination of motions, and sometimes it's one motion that's really, really good. Pay attention to your body. Notice those symptoms. At first, if you've been experiencing pain for a really, really long time, what we're not looking for is a complete loss of all symptoms and everything's perfect. That would be great. We're looking for progress, and progress is usually marked with that nerve pain going from all the way down to one area. And the closer that we can get that, that's really, really good progress. Even if the pain is more intense in one spot, that's better than it being diffuse all the way down the leg.
Yeah.
And those are progress that we're looking for.
Agreed. Yeah, guys, give these exercises a chance. See how they feel. And if you want some more information, or just let us know. Shoot us an email, info@kirehab.com. Subscribe wherever the subscribe button is on the screen. Do it. And give us some feedback. And we have some if you want some one-on-one stuff too, we have our low back program that's designed to help you out with these things. If you're having trouble with it and need some guidance, that's what we're here for. Okay, so look forward to see you guys on the next one. I'm fresh out of outros, so later, guys.
Outro.